Good morning. It's about 4:45 a.m. June the 10th, I believe it is. It's a little early. I'm not used to getting up this early yet. First trip out in the pack, getting ready for 2027 bear hunt. I've got my old Mystery Ranch Beartooth 80. I bought this thing on Facebook Marketplace about maybe 6 years ago. And it's taken me on a couple trips and it's done what I wanted it to do. It's time to upgrade. Looking for suggestions. At this point, I've been checking out all the reviews, all the YouTube stuff, and I'm really torn between the initial ascent, probably the 5K. One of the guys that's going on this hunt has got an Everly stock frame that he let me try on the other day. It felt really good, about 35 pounds on it. So that's an option. Also, Exo Mountain Gear. Got another guy that used one of those on a trip out west last spring and really liked it. Haven't tried it on yet, but I really like the look of the initial ascent. Like the capability under super heavy load. Hopefully, knock on wood, I'm going to test that out next May. Anyway, I'm open for suggestions. I'd like to hear some reviews from folks who've used some of those packs. So I don't have anything bad to say about this Mystery Ranch pack, this Beartooth 80 that I've been using for years. It's been a good teacher, I guess. I don't know if anybody else has experience with it, but it squeaks every step that I take. So I've got more than 10 pounds in it, it squeaks. It's not a big deal normally. It's kind of annoying, but I saw on the last trip out to Montana that after hiking in it with 50, 60 pounds for 8 or 10 hours, that squeak every step is about the most demoralizing thing that I could encounter. I don't know. Probably just me being weak and unprepared, but that thing drove me crazy. So it's time for an upgrade. It's nice outside. I miss this. The birds are singing. There's a rooster back there about to lose his mind. Here in Arkansas, it's hard to really prepare for something like this because we just don't have the elevation, the altitude that you need to get ready for something like this. But we do what we can. We've got a long way to go, but we'll get there. It's the first of many of these loops around my neighborhood. So I do have the benefit. There's a park just a few miles from where I live. It's got about a 3-mile hiking trail around it. It's got some elevation change. Big levee you can walk up and down. It's pretty handy. But, baby steps. Let's start slowly, get ready. Well, the sun's coming up on us. A couple miles in. Probably do one more before I call it a day. Gotta go get cleaned up and go to work. I am glad to be out here. It's kind of a rough start. Of course, I guess getting started in anything is the hard part. But I am excited as all get out about this trip that's coming up. We're gonna be busy. Real life cannot be put on hold to get ready for this trip. So we just have to fit it all in somehow. Excited to get started on this new rifle build. I think I have decided on a platform. We'll be talking about that some in the near future. Looks like I'm going to be building this thing on a Savage 110 barreled action. But I've got a general idea of a direction, but don't have the components picked yet. So I know we're going to need to do a lightweight rigid stock. I got a pretty tight budget for this build. So I think it's going to be fun to try to squeeze all the accuracy we can out of a lightweight build on a very tight budget. I've got a Savage 110. that I had been shooting for years, and I love it. So the Accu trigger is pretty hard to beat in a factory rifle. So we're gonna start there. I may end up upgrading the trigger as well, but first order of business is picking the right optic and a stock upgrade. Open for suggestions on that stuff. I've got an Arkin SH4 4-16 on a custom 300 Win Mag that I built several years ago. I hunted with some. I've been really pleased with that. Not so pleased with their customer service on a little minor issue, but that's something for another day. I like that Arkin, but it's super heavy. That's pretty durable, but the features you get for the money makes it pretty hard to beat. Anyway, we're gonna have to stay kind of in that price range. So I'm looking at I think it's the EP5. It's a 5-25 or 56. Eyes are not what they used to be, so all the light that I can gather in that optic is a big help. The glass is fantastic on the Arkin that I've got. But I'm also open to other suggestions. So anything like mid-tier, Vortex, Athlon, I've used those and always been pretty pleased with them. Anyway, let me know what you think. All right, just about finished up for this first ruck. It's pretty lightweight. I got a few miles in. I think I've probably got 20-25 pounds in the pack today. It's been pretty nice. Birds are singing. The sun has just come up good enough that the street lights are shutting off. Mosquitoes are pretty thick. It's gonna be up in the mid-90s today for the first time, probably heat index near 100. So I figured I'd better get out here early. Anyway, I still feel really awkward talking to this silly phone like this, so bear with me. Hopefully that gets easier, but I'm hoping that doing this is going to provide some more accountability to keep me moving when it's in the mid-90s at this time of the day. So we shall see. Anyway, everybody, hope you have a great day. Be blessed.